Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be about how I started juicing, and I've actually recorded this video numerous times, but I was trying to come up with ways to make it shorter and stay on point because there's just so much involved. So I'm going to actually break it down into a few separate videos. This particular video is actually going to be about me and where I started and how I got to where I am, and I will also do separate videos on tips on getting started with juicing and eating healthier, as well as exercising and fitness. But this video is going to be about how I got into juicing. So basically, this is 2013. Around this time, 2012, it may have been, well, let's say January of 2012, I started pole dancing, and that was the start of me. Starting the pole dancing classes actually sparked an interest in me to want to get healthier, because I enjoyed it so much. So I wanted to be fit. It was kind of addicting. You know, when people say a body in motion stays in motion and a body in rest stays at rest. And so I was in motion and I wanted to stay in motion. So it motivated me to start doing more, to start exercising more and eating healthier. And then the big thing that really started me on the actual juicing part, I'm gonna forget all the other stuff. I was looking on Groupon.com and I saw a voucher for a local juice bar, and they specialize in raw cane juice. And I purchased the voucher because it was for a, I think, 5 or 7 day detox, which included, like, you know, the lemonade for the master cleanse. It included that, but they don't make it the same way. They make it for you and they use raw cane juice instead of maple syrup, and they also add ginger. And it came with like the sea salt and the tea. So I was like, okay, I want to do that. So I got that. I saw another Groupon voucher for a local raw vegan restaurant called Leaf Organics, and that voucher was for a box of food. Like, they make you a box of meals for the week. You pick up twice. It's like each box is for 3 days, but the voucher was for 2 boxes. And they give you like 3 meals and 3 drinks each day for 7 days. So I purchased that. And I was at a point in my life where I was tired. I was just really tired of struggling with weight fluctuations, struggling with starting to work out and stopping. So when I went to Raw Cane Juice, I'll put their information down below because I love this place, you guys. I love them. And if you're local in the Los Angeles area or Southern California, then I definitely recommend you stop by their location or even one of their juice bars at local farmers markets, because they do also go to local farmers markets. I'll leave that information in the description box below. But oh my gosh, I went there, I picked up the detox stuff, you know, I call it the master cleanse. It's modified master cleanse is what I call it. So I picked that stuff up, I looked around, I was like, oh my God, you guys have such amazing stuff. Besides just the detox elixir, they had all these different drinks, which you can see on their website. And so I got the detox elixir, I took it with me, and I was like, oh gosh, I have this voucher for the raw food, so I'm like, I can really get this going. So I did the week of the detox, and I cheated. I cheated a couple of times, and I was like, I can't, this is a waste of money if I do the detox, but I don't do it right. So I went back, and I got another week. I did better the second week. I may have cheated like once or twice, but I was like, okay, I really like this. It's working. It's making me feel better. I want to do it some more. I ended up going back and purchasing a week at a time. I ended up purchasing a total of, I think, 28 days of this detox formula. In the last 2 weeks, I actually did really great. I went without eating. I only did the lemonade detox for the last 2 weeks. And I felt great. And what made me feel even better was the fact that I felt like I had this other voucher for Leaf Organics. I was like, I can go raw for a good week or 2 after I do this. And that's exactly what I did. I used my voucher for Leaf Organics for the box. I had 2 of them. And so I used the 2 vouchers. For 2 weeks, I was eating 100% raw. That's all I was eating. The food was great, by the way. I love Leaf Organics. The Bombay burrito, so good. The falafel burger, the harvest burger, all their stuff is delicious. The cashew cream cheese and mango butter, I actually ended up buying a book that they sell there that gives you recipes and teaches you how to eat raw and how to cook raw. And because that cashew cream cheese and mango bread, oh my gosh, so good. So I did that and I just felt really good. I felt really, really, really good. Like that detox is what I needed to push me and to get me going. And I was in a state of mind where I was not going to quit. I was tired. I want to feel better. I want to look better. I want to be healthier. I was at that point. And so I continued. I started working out doing the Insanity program by Beachbody. No, really was just doing Insanity. I started taking B-pollen. I had to stop taking the B-pollen because a side effect of the B-pollen can be an increased heart rate because of an increase in your metabolism. And that increased heart rate wasn't working for me doing Insanity. I was at a point where I couldn't complete my workout because my heart rate was elevating too high too quickly. And so within the first 5 minutes, I mean, my heart rate was like, pew, and I was done. I couldn't work out. So I stopped doing the B-pollen. Just a little history really quick. I've never been obese. I've never been extremely overweight, but I've also never been happy with my body. I've been a person who's never had a lot of muscle definition. I've always had a lot of jiggle and flab. And I've always fluctuated greatly with my weight. I've gone from 170 pounds at my heaviest to 130 pounds at my lightest as an adult. And I literally would go from one end of the spectrum to the other sporadically because sometimes I would be craving certain types of food for months at a time and eat it every day, and that would put me up here. And sometimes I would just be like, oh, I'm sick of food, and I wouldn't eat much of anything, and it would put me down here. And it started affecting the appearance of my body, not just in my size, but how my skin is stretching, how my fat is building up around certain parts of my body. So I've done so many different things to try to regulate my weight. I did the HCG diet with injections. I did that, I think it was 2010. I did the injections in my stomach, and I was very consistent. I lost like 27 pounds in a month. And for those of you that don't know much about HCG, it works in phases. There's a phase 1, a phase 2, and a phase 3, and I think phase 4. Phase 2 is where you actually do the injections or the sublingual drops, and you do the low-calorie diet. Once I got to phase 2, I had to go to Vegas for a meet and greet, and in phase 3, you cannot, this is off topic, but I'm going to try to make it quick. In phase 3, you can't go 2 pounds above, more than 2 pounds above or 2 pounds below your weight starting in phase 3. Well, I went over 2 pounds above, even though I was doing everything right. And so I had to start phase 2 again. I was not mentally ready to start phase 2 again, so I packed on 17 pounds in 3 days because I wasn't doing the diet, but I was taking the injections. Read more on HCG to find out why, because I'm not going into that right now. I can do a video on that later, but not today. So I did the HCG diet, and that totally screwed me up mentally. I was completely done. I was like, I turned into a tub of lard after that because I was so devastated that I had just gained so much weight in such a short period of time. So that put me on a path to start really focusing a lot about my weight and looking at the scale all the time and doing different diets. I did Weight Watchers, even though the people in the Weight Watchers group were looking at me crazy because they're like, why are you here? So I did a lot of different things, and I finally got to that point where I realized I need to make this a lifestyle and I need to eat healthy. So back to what I was talking about before. After I was doing Insanity, and then I was like, hey, you know what? I want to start being healthier all around. I really like the whole raw food thing, but I know that I couldn't just convert to 100% raw because it can be very difficult when you're not accustomed to eating that way, because you have to buy your food to accommodate it. You have to know how to cook your food or prepare your food, and you have to make sure you're eating the right combination of foods to get all the nutrients that your body needs. So I knew I wasn't ready to commit to 100% raw, and but I knew I wanted to try to start transitioning. So I got a juicer because, you know, juicing helps. You're getting your nutrients in, you're feeding your body, all the good stuff. So I got a juicer on Craigslist. I got a Jack LaLanne power juicer, or whatever it's called. I got it on Craigslist for like $50. And I started juicing. I was juicing maybe 3 or 4 times a week. I would just make some juice. I was throwing some stuff together. I didn't know what I was doing. But I was okay with the juice because after doing the detox and the raw food, my taste buds were already acclimated to that type of thing. Because when you first start juicing, it's probably going to taste gross. I was doing green smoothies. When I was doing Insanity, I wasn't doing the recovery formula. I was making my own smoothies and adding protein. By this time, it was summertime. My skin was turning into this crazy mess. I was injured. I had to stop working out. I slowed down on my juicing. Later in the fall, I tried to start back working out. Injuries killing me. I'm like, I can't do this. So I took a really long break from working out, like from, I want to say, July or August until January of 2013. I was still juicing sporadically. In December of 2012, I decided to go back to my detox. So I went back to the raw cane juice, raw cane super juice. I got some more detox elixir. I was doing it for a whole nother month. So I went a whole nother month. I wasn't consistent, but I know that it helps regardless because of the ingredients. So I was doing the detox, and then I found Young and Raw, youngandraw.com. I actually found them on Facebook, and I saw their 21-day raw food reset. The 21-day raw food reset, I purchased it. It was like $40, $45, something like that. And it was the best thing I could have possibly done. Not because I followed that raw food reset to a T. I tried, and I just couldn't. It was too much food. Some of the recipes, because essentially in the raw food reset, you're drinking juice, you're also drinking smoothies, and you're eating different salads and meals. They're giving you recipes to prepare meals raw. And some of it was just too much. It was too much work, too many ingredients, too much preparation for me at the time. And the portion sizes, you don't know how much it's going to make until you make it, and I couldn't eat that much. I felt like I was wasting too much food. But when I say it was the best thing I've ever done, it was, because I got so many recipes for juices and smoothies that were absolutely delicious, as well as recipes for salads and the meals that I could use. So I did about a week and a half consistently of the raw food reset, and then I decided to just start using those recipes and incorporating them into my own meals and my own life, as far as what I was doing with juicing and smoothies. And let me tell you something, when your juice and your smoothies taste good, you're going to want to make them more. You're going to be more inclined to drink the juice, to make juice, and to make smoothies if they taste good. So the fact that they tasted good was motivating me to make more because I wanted them, because it tasted so good. And so I found, when I got those recipes, oh my gosh, best thing ever. So I started juicing every day, 2-3 times a day, consistently. And I started working out again. I started doing Insanity again. I stopped doing Insanity because I found some other workouts. I started doing kettlebell kickboxing. Love it. I do that locally at a studio here locally. I started doing Zumba Core on Xbox Connect, which I absolutely love. I was doing Zumba classes locally, but I started just doing Zumba Core. I've been working out. I go to 24-hour fitness. I do the Group X classes. So there's Body Combat, Body Flow, which is a blend of yoga, Tai Chi, Pilates, and maybe some other stuff. And oh my gosh, there's one more. Nah, I guess I don't really even remember because I haven't done that one in a while. But I started working out regularly, and I work out a lot at home. I've been doing a squat challenge where you start off at 50 squats and you increase each day by 5 squats. And doing that, I break it down. I was breaking them down. I do half and half. So even in my intervals where I'm doing that half, that's increasing every day as well. And that's paying off. What else? And I throw in push-ups whenever I remember. Whenever I think about it, I'll just drop and do push-ups. I got an ab roller, which is a little wheel that you hold in your hands. I use that just sporadically, and I just got a weighted hoop, so we'll see how that goes. I still don't know what I'm going to do. I have a foam roller. I use my foam roller consistently, and I'm about to get back into pulling again, pole fitness. And I'll do some videos on that later too, because I know you guys probably want to see. But as far as eating healthier, it's making me want to do more. Oh, I also make my own teas, and I'll talk about that more later on my blog. But eating healthier is making me want to do more. It's making me feel better. And on a day that I don't have my juice and my smoothies, I feel it. I feel it. Oh my gosh, I feel horrible. I feel groggy. I feel backed up. I feel it. So now it's like if I don't have my healthy stuff, then my day sucks. Like, I need it, I crave it, I want it. I can't eat crappy stuff because I just don't want to eat it all if I can't have something good for me. It's to the point where I don't even really like Jamba Juice anymore because their stuff has too much sugar in it. I don't know what they're using, but it's not the same as what I'm buying at the grocery store or the farmer's market. So essentially that's my background story, how I got started in juicing and eating healthier and wanting to start living a healthier lifestyle. And also another determining factor is I have a lot of things that run in my family. All these things, high blood pressure, thyroid problems, blood sugar, heart problems, they all run in my family. And I know that these things aren't supposed to happen to us. Our bodies are fighting back. They're fighting us back because of what we're doing to them, because of what we're eating, because of the environment that we live in. So I'm trying to give my body everything that it's supposed to have, everything that we were created to have and to consume, so that I can fight that off, because I'm not trying to live forever, but I don't want to be miserable and in pain when I'm older. I want to feel good when I'm older. I don't want to suffer. I don't want to have to take medications. I used to take medication for my injury, for my back, and even though I still have pain, because that's just not going away because this type of injury it is, I haven't felt the need or desire to take medications in a long time. I used to have stacks of like boxes of BC powder because I used to get headaches consistently, like always headaches. And during, my monthly, menstrual cycle, I used to get horrible headaches. I don't take anything anymore. I don't get those headaches anymore. I can't tell you when the last time I had a real headache was, because this eating healthier and living a healthier lifestyle has eliminated the need for all of that. I mean, if ever I feel like something's wrong, do you know what I do? I go and I make some tea. I've done my research, I studied, I know which herbs are for what, as far as what I purchased and what I use them for. And I have different jars of herbs, and I make my own tea. I buy some tea bags. And I make my own tea. So if I'm feeling a certain way, if my stomach feels a little strange, I make some ginger tea. Or if I'm feeling a little congested, then I make some mullein tea. If I have a headache, then I make my Detox blend tea. I have different herbal teas that I make. And I also have some that I purchased from Sprouts. I will leave the brand name below if you're interested in those. They have different teas that are actually labeled for different issues that they resolve, and they're made with 100% natural herbs. And so I'll do a video on getting started in juicing, making smoothies, and it's going to include like the ingredients that you need, where to get the juicers, and all other different types of tips. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. I know I got a little bit into the exercise thing and I said I wouldn't, so I'm not going to make a video about that. But let me know if you have any questions, leave them down below. And also be posting some different things about this on my blog. It's bossywigs.com/blog, or you can just go to missbossylife.com and it'll take you straight there. So you can keep an eye out for the blog. I'm planning on making posts every Monday. So to get your week started off right, gotta get your week started off right, feeling good. So make sure you stay tuned. I will have my second blog post up hopefully next Monday. And I will talk to you all later. Have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. Bye.